Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your 2018 Love and General Tarot video. I'm Gemstone Tarot. Your cards are flying out. 3 of them are out already. 2 of them have already been on the floor. So this is good. I'm going to do a general reading first for you, Sag, Sun, Moon and Rising. And then I'm going to do a love reading. Valentine joins us, snoozing on the bed. And I'm using the Mythic Tarot for this part of your reading. Yes. So Sagittarius, why am I putting them over there? Been a long day. Thank you for your likes and your shares. Do subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. And if you want a private reading, you can book in the description box or visit my website gemstonetarot.com. Let's have a look. Okay. Now, Sagittarius, let's talk about 2017. No, Gemstone, let's not talk about 2017, says Sagittarius. But it's all right, says Gemstone, because Saturn has gone into Capricorn and you're free. That was a tricky year, wasn't it? Yes. I've got 2 7s here. And 7s are, to me, they're spiritual, but they are also fairly unstable numbers. 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, struggling with fantasies. That's the struggle card, that's the fighting card, that's also the repetitious argument card. 7 of Cups here on the right is the card of having various options. None of them are particularly workable once you pluck the cup down from the clouds. So in other words, you've spent a lot of time worrying about things that weren't even real. And that's not because of anything to do with you, Sagittarius. It's because you were sorting the wheat from the chaff in 2017. And that's quite a disappointing experience, actually. It can be difficult. When Saturn is riding you, you know, it's... Sorry, that was a bit sexual, wasn't it? I didn't mean it like that. When Saturn is riding you, when Saturn is the taskmaster in the background, I was going to now say cracking the whip, but I'm thinking I'm just digging myself a huge hole. You know what I mean. It just makes things 10 times as hard. Should we start this video again? Oh God. But look, okay, let's just do this. 10 of Wands in reverse. That's your reward. And your reward is not as instant as you would like. I got an itchy nose, Saji. I got an itchy nose. Your reward isn't as instant. You've got, this is for the first 6 months of 2018, and it's almost like an icicle thawing out for you. There's still quite a lot of residual fuss and bother about what Saturn made you look at. And the message here is not to, you're going to feel like rushing, but you can't. Don't rush. Page of Wands in reverse. Because you've been drained of energy, because Saturn almost gives you such a heavy conscience that you can't do anything without thinking about it about 100 times and whether it's good for you and all the rest of it, which is not a very Jupiter-like energy, and you're ruled by Jupiter. So I think that you've spent so long in that heavy atmosphere that you're kind of going to have fits and bursts of passion and energy, and then fear. You know, it may go from one to the other. One to the other. You got the Lovers card in reverse. Now, this card used to be called the Choice as well, so it's not just about love. It's a card about options. This is Paris, weighing up 3 different women. We've got Aphrodite in the middle, we've got Athene on the left, and the lovely Helen of Troy here. And he's going to give the apple, I think, to the one that he deems to be the best. He doesn't know any of them that well. His choice is quite shallow. In the end, he goes for Helen. It doesn't actually work out so well. He could have had Aphrodite, the goddess of love. You could have had Athene, who's pretty smart and not too shabby either, but he goes for Helen. He goes for her simply because he really fancies her, and that's it. And that's the face that launches 1,000 ships, and then there's the war and all that stuff. Always a woman's fault in the Greek mythology, but let's not go down that road. So this is called the Choice. It's in reverse. And this reminds me of this card, the Seven of Cups. You've had a lot of choices, but none of them were workable. And this leaves you in the first half of 2016 rewriting the choice book, if that makes sense, and finding what is genuine. Now, Saturn has already laid all the groundwork for you. This is not something you have to start from scratch. But you're feeling impatient. We also have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You need to be a bit more like Mr. Spreadsheet here. He plods along on his sort of donkey type horse, you know, like this. And he's like, yep, there's no rush. I don't need to talk about it because it's happening slowly, but it's just baby steps on my donkey, got my pentacle. There's no streaking across the sky. It's not going to be that kind of first 6 months of the year for you. Your confidence, Sag, has been knocked. You have the Star in reverse. This is your cosmic confidence. It doesn't mean that you don't have this fairy dust potential. It doesn't mean that you can't manifest with law of attraction. It just means that you have been knocked back with Saturn being in your midst for so long that you're used to feeling guilty and torn and contradicted and all of those Seven of Wands things. That's like you fighting with yourself and some of the people that are closest to you. In the middle, the Four of Pentacles. Play your cards close to your chest. Save money, save effort, save time, save passion. Don't go splurging it all out on anybody in particular. Now, your overall energy for your general reading is the Empress. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This is the goddess Demeter. Now, Demeter had a daughter, Persephone, who got caught up with Pluto, god of the underworld. For 9 months of the year, which is obviously the length of a pregnancy in human terms, Demeter comes up, the crops grow, the sun shines, all is good. For 3 months of the year, when her daughter Persephone goes into the underworld, Demeter goes into a bit of a funk. And that's winter. That's when the crops don't grow anymore, which is quite the most charming way to explain winter I've ever heard. But there's a message for us here. You are going to feel like this, but you're also going to experience the funk. And the funk is about that. The funk is about continuously dropping through layers of understanding about falsehood from last year. So in other words, each time you drop through a layer, you get more realistic. You eliminate one of these cups. But at the same time, it's quite depressing that something that seemed so shiny and good was so disappointing. Of course, there was a reason for that. But, you know, so what? You just feel bad about it sometimes. So don't worry if you just go through a few periods of reflection, feeling blue, because in between that, you're going to be feeling very positive. You're going to be feeling that feminine energy. It's nice. It's not masculine energy though. It's not let's go. It's I'm at peace in the field energy. I know that things are growing. I'm confident in, I always talk about crop rotation. If you watch my daily videos, you'll know that even though I know nothing about it, I'm obsessed with crop rotation. But it's the whole Ecclesiastes from the Old Testament. You know, there is a time to reap and a time to sow and a time to, whatever it is, eat what you've sown. All things in good time. And notice that river behind her, the source. No need to push it. It comes when it's ready. Oh, Saggy, let's do your love reading because you just got the gift card of true love. And that's just for your general from the Enlightenment cards. And there's only 3 love cards in the entire pack. So, and you've got one. Oh, I can't forget this card. What am I doing? And then at the end of your general reading, you get the 6 of Wands. You do win. Jason and the Argonauts. He wins his golden fleece. He's successful on his quest. You've been on a quest. It just felt extremely uncomfortable. But it was a quest. You will win, Saggy. Now, true love. That's a very nice card to get. Very interesting. Thank you, Chuck Spezzano. Let's do the swapping packs. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot for your love reading. Oh, I'm quite excited. Quite excited. Well, you are going to have a love life. It's going to be interesting. That card's itching to come out. Okay, it's a lively love life in 2018. So this is in the first half. Now, you know there's an expression, swings and roundabouts. What I'm getting for you, Saggy, is flings and roundabouts. Some of you have been burnt in 2017. Some of you are single. Some of you are coupled. Those of you that are coupled, I see relationship going from strength to strength, provided there can be honesty and transparency and authenticity. You have the 10 of Pentacles. So for those of you that are coupled, that's taking things to the next level, moving in together, joint bank accounts, anything to do with bricks and mortar, what I call the meat and potatoes of a relationship. Joint accounts, bricks and mortar, building houses, getting married, making it real, making memories, making generations. For single Sagittarians, here's the work you did. 3 of Swords in reverse. This card has come up for you loads in 2017. It's in the reverse. Good. These swords slip out. The heart does heal. Nevertheless, you're going to be feeling very defensive. Look at this guy. 9 of Wands. He's so anxious. Now, there are going to be people coming at you for dates, flings and roundabouts. And these could develop with that 10 of Pentacles. Nevertheless, you yourself are going to be your biggest obstacle in love in the first half of 2018. 5 of Wands, petty obstacles. This is you feeling scared because you've been burnt and throwing up petty obstacles. Making your list of attributes for a potential date too long, too big, saying I don't like the way he smells, she smells, I don't like, you know, only doing 1 date when maybe you should try it for 2, that kind of thing. Not putting yourself out there 100%. Now, alongside that, just watch out for Mr. or Mrs. Fling-a-ling, okay, because I get this Devil card. Now, some of you, if you're already involved with somebody, this could signal that you're bringing some codependency into 2018. Just be careful if that's you. Some of you feel like you just can't shake somebody, because I've got this 6 of Swords reversed. Now, whoever this person is, for those of you that are in this on off again type relationship scenario with somebody that you may have a very strong sexual connection with, because the Devil for me often means that, could also be a Capricorn. For those of you that are involved in that, whatever work you've been doing in the last 2 or 3 years means that you will, in the second half of 2018, find a way out of it. But it might take some time. Any kind of toxic relationship situation is not easy to break. If you can, if you feel that's you, see if you can educate yourself. You know, there are plenty of people on YouTube, plenty of people on the internet, and you don't have to pay for it, that are just talking about toxicity, how to ground yourself, how to get out of it. You know, do a bit of research if you feel that's you. Now, singles, 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Good. The single happy person card. You either won't be single, that could be a fling or a roundabout, or you don't want to be, which is even better, you know, because it means you're going to put yourself out there. And putting yourself out there heals that. And also this energy is there. That card is quite rare to come out, the true love card. Now, you also have Knight of Swords. This is someone who moves quite quickly. This could be someone trying to have a fling. There could be a very sexual connection again. It might be good for you to have a fling. You know, it doesn't have to be jumping into bed with someone. It can be just whatever it is. But just getting your mojo back. Getting your mojo back. It doesn't have to be true love with every date. It's just a date. And you do have here number 8, the Strength card. So this could be meeting a Leo, is the message I get for that, which is a really decent match for you, Sagittarius. Really decent match. Just going to do a couple of clarifiers with a different tarot pack. Okay, that's interesting. That happens all the time. Just happens all the time. The same card comes up. It's just happened again. Are we just going to do the same reading twice with 2 different packs then? Wow. Okay. Oh, and that one's just out of my reach. Right. This time you want somebody who doesn't want you to pay. You want somebody who either has a better job, more income, or at least has a job. For some of you, you've been struggling with somebody who couldn't keep their financial half of things going. Nine of Pentacles in reverse is wanting to make your own money and support yourself. Now that's all very well, but you don't always want to have to do that when you're in a relationship because somebody else doesn't. And obviously if you're married and someone's ill and you carry each other at different times, I'm not talking about that. That's just give and take. I'm talking about the toxic side of things where somebody financially drops the ball constantly and you don't want to pick it up anymore, okay? Now some of you are still trapped in that situation because for the Devil, I've clarified the 9 of Pentacles in reverse again. Now what that also means is that you don't want to be on your own. For a small number of Sagittarians, the first half of 2018 is still bringing this person in, this toxic person, because you're afraid that that's the best you can do and you don't want to be on your own. And I don't like that for you. It's not good enough for you, Sagittarius, and this 3 of Swords tells me it was painful enough. Anything you can do to educate yourself and extricate yourself from that would be very much worth your while. You do have the strength. For the 3 of Swords in reverse here, we have that 9 of Wands in reverse. You let your guard down for somebody before, yes. They tore your heart out a bit, yes. But that doesn't mean that you need to be utterly defended either. What I get, Saggy, is that you need to open yourself to the merry-go-round that is flings and roundabouts, dating, being in love, the possibilities. Open yourself to possibilities. Don't throw obstacles in the way. If it works out or doesn't work out, that's one thing. But you throwing obstacles in the way is another. The experiences you've had have left you, yes, see, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And yours is to open your heart to whatever comes up. And I don't mean date people you can't stand. I just mean give people a chance to love you. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, yes. Now, we also get engagement. Now, this is quite an old-fashioned concept. This doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get engaged, although for some coupled Saggies, we did say that because 10 of Pentacles. Marriage, moving in together, joint bank accounts, all of those things represent the engagement card. It's putting a ring on it, sealing the deal, signing on the line for whatever that is. And then for other Saggies that are involved with that person on that Devil card because they don't want to be on their own, deception. Now it says someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. Now what this really means, in any toxic situation where there's two of you, which is nearly always the case, and it's a relationship, you are both wearing a false mask because their behaviour disappoints you. Their behaviour hurts you, but you don't always show it because they're not listening, or whatever the reason is. You're not getting a reception, you're not being heard. So you shut down and they do whatever they do, and that's two false masks, two shadows speaking to each other. That's toxicity. That is something where nothing fresh can come in, nothing new can happen, and nothing can change. The only way to get out of that is for you to take your mask off. You can't force them to do that. People are what they are. They can behave however they like. You take care of your side of the street, Sagittarius, if you are in this toxic situation. And I don't mean that harshly at all, because I want you to get what you deserve, which is that. But that is reciprocity, exchanging gifts and giving to each other. You take your mask off first and actually admit to yourself that it really, really hurts not to be able to have what you want with this person, or if they constantly disappoint you, and that will probably lead you to walk away from it. Oh my God, I knew you were going to get that card. Do you remember I just said exchanging gifts? And that's the card I had in mind, exchanging gifts. This card is a really important card if you're involved in something where you give more than you get. This is the card that reminds us of reciprocity, of an equal exchange. And it was absolutely in my mind's eye when I said it. So for some of you Sagittarians, this hugely is important. In order to make the second half of 2018 your true love period of time, or your chance to attract someone who doesn't drop the ball constantly, or even knows what the ball is, or can even catch it at all, okay? You need to educate yourself. You need to take your own mask off, and that means self-examination, asking, why am I here? Not why are you here, why am I here? And then feeling what you need to feel, and without being defensive, but also being open-hearted, being able to walk away. Because Saggy, you're not going to be stuck on your own. I know some of you fear that. It's not going to happen. There's such a lot of action going on here. And some of it may be flimsy. Some of it may just be flings and dates. But that's progress, to be honest. That's going somewhere. This is the gift that you deserve, true love. How you behave in the first half of 2018 very much dictates whether you can open your heart to receive it. It's all about receiving for you, Sagittarius. It's quite a beautiful thing. Let's have Healing with the Angels Oracle card for lovely Sagittarius. What's that one? You get the Dreams card. This year, start listening to your dreams. Write them down, record them on your phone, whatever you need to do in the first 5 minutes of waking. There will be messages for you, especially if you're involved in that toxic situation there, or even if that was your situation in 2017. Listen, you will get covert instruction, just small snippets. And then you get children. Those of you that have children, there are lessons to learn from your children about unconditional love. Also, we've all been a child. There are lessons to learn from ourselves about how freshly we're born into the world and how much we deserve it. Unconditional love. That's what you deserve, Saggy, and that's what you weren't getting. Wow. Sagittarius. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and also if you want a private reading you can book in the description box or visit my website Gemstones Tarot and check out also your January 2018 reading. Namaste Sagittarius. Leave a comment, let me know how it resonates.